Zechariah, prophet to the returned exiles. Zechariah. God's people had been conquered and exiled because they had not kept their covenants with God. A group of God's people had been allowed to return to their homeland and began rebuilding the temple in the city of Jerusalem. Zechariah shared his message with the people by telling them about some visions God had given him. God used a vision of a gold lampstand to help Zechariah understand that God would empower his people to rebuild opposition. God was with them. God would help Zerubbabel and the people rebuild the temple. Zechariah had 8 different visions that included 4 horsemen, a flying scroll, and 4 chariots. Zechariah's visions helped the people understand that God was in control and he was with them. Zechariah also made an important promise about the future. Zechariah prophesied about the Messiah. He said, "Rejoice, shout in triumph, Jerusalem. Your king is coming to you. He is righteous and victorious. He is humble and riding on a donkey." God would send his son to rescue people from their sin. Jesus would be a humble, righteous king who would pay the price for our sin. Key points. God used visions to communicate his message is for the people. God was in control and he was with them. Zechariah 1:2-4. The Lord was very angry with your ancestors. Therefore tell the people, this is what the Lord Almighty says. Return to me, declares the Lord Almighty, and I will return to you, says the Lord Almighty. Do not be like your ancestors, who the earlier prophets proclaimed, this is what the Lord Almighty says. Turn from your evil ways and your evil practices. But they would not listen or pay attention to me, declares the Lord. Zechariah 7:10-11. Do not oppress the widow or the fatherless, a foreigner, or the poor. Do not plot evil against each other. But they refused to pay attention. Stubbornly, they turned their backs and covered their ears.
In those verses from chapter 1 and chapter 7 of Zechariah that Emma just read us, Zechariah asked the people to not be like their ancestors, but to return to following God. God called them stubborn. He said that they would not listen, and he described their hearts as hard. God loved his people, and he desired true followers.
Zechariah 2:10-11. Shout and be glad, daughter Zion, for I am coming and I will live among you, declares the Lord. Many nations will be joined with the Lord in that day and will become my people. I will live among you, and you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you.
In chapter 2 of Zechariah, God wanted his people to know he had not forgotten them. He spoke through Zechariah to tell them that he would live among them. He told his people that many people would come to follow him. God promised a king who would save his people. That king is Jesus. The elementary Bible verse this morning comes from Zechariah 9:9. It says, "Rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you, righteous and victorious, lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey."
God promised a king who would save his people. That king is Jesus.